were shaking.
We now have the video of a recent incident not far from Nellis Air Force Base, and we asked one college that knows a thing or two about explosives to check it out. Joe Vigil is here with the details. Joe.
Yeah, that's right. So the Lake Las Vegas flash of light and boom has been a mystery for months, with no one saying exactly what it was. After someone came to Fox 5 with recent video of an incident, wanting to know more, we asked one school that works with explosives to take a look and let us know what it thinks. Kevin Laatz was sleeping on April 25th, just after 11 p.m., when he says this happened in the Sunrise Manor area not far from Charleston and Nellis.
The first initial small sound woke me up, and then I saw the flash and the boom shook the house and everything around me.
Laatz has a few cameras around his home that recorded the flash and boom.
I felt it in bed. Yeah, it was an intense shake.
Now, the flash and boom is nearly identical to what several people saw and felt in Lake Las Vegas a few hours after the Super Bowl here ended. We saw the video but didn't get permission from the owner to show it. So, what is this? We asked New Mexico Tech near Albuquerque to take a look. It has decades of experience with explosives and is contracted by the Department of Defense to study the effects of terrorist explosives. After analyzing the video, longtime Professor Van Romero told us it appears to be a firework, a good-sized firework you would see in a large fireworks show. Here's another camera inside Latz's house. Romero says you can hear the firework being shot into the air, then the flash and boom. He says based on the time you see the flash and hear the boom, the firework is about a quarter mile from Latz's house. And it's so loud because Romero thinks it wasn't far off the ground, maybe 200 to 400 feet. Romero says something like this can be deadly. They can go off near the ground. He says the blast can turn rocks into projectiles like bullets being fired. So it appears the flash and boom mystery is solved, but is concerning for Laatz, who says there are many families with kids around.
There's so many things that could go wrong.
So Romero says people do experiment and make their own fireworks, but there is no way to tell if that's what happened here. He says the issue of these big fireworks can lead to fingers being blown off and eardrums broken for people who light them.